Loomis was not just a cat. He was gray, like a misty morning over a quiet river, and his eyes shone blue, as if an entire sky reflected within them. Unlike other cats in the city, he did not limit himself to hunting mice or basking in the sun. He thought, observed, and dreamed. His paws glided over the keys of a miniature telescope he had built himself, while his mind wandered through invisible lines of time, blueprints of history, and the patterns of life. Loomis's laboratory was hidden beneath a massive oak tree, its roots plunging deep into the earth while its branches reached skyward. Stacks of books, ancient manuscripts on philosophy, mechanics, alchemy, and unheard-of theories of time, lined the walls. On the table, devices blinked with soft lights, wires intertwined like the streets of a sprawling city, and in the center stood a small metal capsule, the time machine. "If everything is done correctly," Loomis muttered, tapping his claws against the panel, "this isn't just a device, it's a window to all that was and all that will be." He spent days and nights checking every detail, every connection, every screw. He studied the movement of the stars to synchronize the coordinates, knowing that a single misstep in time could turn his journey into chaos. And when the green light first blinked on a rainy evening, Loomis took a deep breath and stepped into the glow. The world dissolved. Stars ignited around him, streaks of colors shimmered that did not exist in ordinary life, and Loomis felt a slight dizziness. He arrived in Egypt when the pyramids were still rising from the sand. The heat was unbearable, the sand scorching, and the cats atop the temples looked almost divine, graceful, proud, with eyes full of wisdom. Loomis watched the builders lifting stones and realized he could help. Using his knowledge of levers, pulleys, and ropes, he suggested clever solutions that sped up construction. More importantly, he noticed a small gray kitten wandering among the stones. Loomis approached cautiously. He sensed that the fate of this kitten would be key to future discoveries. He helped it navigate the site safely, teaching it how to avoid danger. By the time Loomis left this world, the kitten had already acquired the qualities that would make it legendary. The next transition was even more complex. Feudal Japan greeted him with the whisper of the wind, the rustle of bamboo, and the scent of blooming sakura. Loomis crept through a village where samurai and their cats prepared for a festival. Everything here was about honor and loyalty, and every step required care. He saved a small village from a devastating flood, showing them how to channel the water using makeshift canals and dams. The samurai cats looked at him with respect, but he sought no praise, for Loomis understood, time doesn't just flow, it responds to wisdom and attention. The greatest challenge awaited in 19th century Europe. Paris was noisy, smoky, and full of humans and cats seeking their place in a rapidly changing world. Loomis found himself at the construction site of the future Eiffel Tower. A lift threatened to collapse under the weight of metal, but Loomis calculated the moment, traced the trajectory, and with his nimble paws corrected the dangerous mechanism. No one knew who had saved the workers' lives, but Loomis felt a profound joy. Sometimes an unseen act can change an entire world. Each adventure left a mark on his soul. He saw both pain and joy, and realized that his strength lay not in claws or sharp teeth, but in mind, heart, and courage. The journeys taught him to see time as a fabric, each moment a knot, every action having consequences, sometimes distant, but inevitable. Finally, after endless wanderings, Loomis returned to his tree. He gazed upon the city full of cats and felt true serenity for the first time. The wind whispered through the leaves, the sun gently warmed his gray fur, and he understood. Magic is not in machines or travels, but in acting with wisdom, helping, and creating harmony. He lay down on his soft rug, closed his eyes, and let himself dream. Time flowed peacefully around him, but he knew thousands of stories still awaited, ready to be lived. And in that eternal moment, Loomis smiled, knowing that he was a cat, but his heart belonged to the entire universe.